Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Local Sex Shop. Today we're having a bit of a special episode. We are coming to you live right after the premiere of a film from Hansa Magazine about violence in Groningen nightlife. And I have with me some special guests who are here to talk on the topic. I have Axel,
Yes, hi.
who was also part of the documentary that we just watched. And I also have Birgit from Katkels of Groen and also Lucia from Let's Talk About Sex Groningen. I would like to start with you, Axel,
Yes.
because we also saw your story in the documentary.
Yes.
But I would like you to maybe say from your perspective again in a few words what happened and give people who haven't seen it yet a small description.
Yes. Yeah, my name is Axel, as you saw in the movie. And yeah, that day I remember. Yeah, I'm somebody who like to write songs because in my life I had been through a lot, and it works like a therapy for me to write songs about my life, about things I'm happy with, or things I'm encountered with, and it worked quite good for me because sometimes when I'm singing my songs, I see the public are happy, they are also singing my song, or they crying, or they sing. And so you see, there were a lot of people who are being through the same as I've been through, and that gave me strength. And I remember that night I was singing some songs, and the ex of my ex and a friend of him, they feel like they felt us that the song was like about them, so they was not happy with it. And I remember when I came from the stage and I was standing there and talking to someone, and they just those standing there and watching me like very mad. And I was a very quite aggressive boy then, and so they began to confront me. When I salute him, he told me don't salute him, and then he threw me with a drink he had, and then I lost it. So I began to fight with them there, and then after I kicked them, they put them out from the discotheque. So they went to the car and they take the weapon, and they went waiting me outside till I came outside. And when I came outside, and there they were standing at my scooter, and when I walked in through my scooter, and then yeah, the discussion began again, and I lost again. I began to throwing hands again, and then yeah, after that, they began shooting. And I remember when I was lying down on the ground, I couldn't feel nothing, and I was trying to stand up. And when I was trying to stand up, I feel like my my hand was in something warm, and when I look and I saw the blood, that's when I realized that I was leaking. And then after those things, I don't remember quite nearly nothing. I just went closing my eyes and pray, saying, "Yeah, Lord, if you exist, don't let this the day be that I need to live here." Yes, yeah, yeah. That was the beginning of my journey.
Yeah, thank you for giving us a recap again.
Yes.
Um, I don't think it was shown in the documentary, but I know that it took you some steps afterwards. So maybe can you tell us what happened after you were shot? Like, what is the next thing you remember?
Yes, I remember. Oh, it was a lot. I remember at the third day when I came out of coma, and I saw my niece standing at the and in the room, and she was looking to me, and she began crying. So I asked her, "Yeah, what's wrong?" And then she asked me, "You can not imagine who also died." So I went flashback, and I remember when I was running and I see those bullets going through me. I see the bullets go to other people's, and I see other people's falling. So I thought maybe there was a friend of me there in that street or someone else I knew. So I asked her who, and she told me Rijan, and Rijan was my nephew. I'm his uncle. He was the son of my youngest sister, and he was living in Curacao. So after 12 hours after my accident, two nieces of my mother went visiting my mother. My mother was crying and she was very sad. And my sister needed to go to work. She was a nurse. And then they say to my mother, you know, we see that you are very, very, very exhausted. Maybe let us take your child because we're going out swimming with our children. Maybe you can go with your grandson, and then so you have a little bit time for yourself to think things over and working it out. At first, my mother doesn't want that, and but they asked my sister. And my sister say, you can take him, but please watch him because he can't swim, and he was only 5. So they took him, and they went to the beach, and they went swimming like 200 meters at the beach, and they left the children play at the pool, and they left their son from 8 year to babysit my nephew, but they didn't look good after him, and so he fell in the water, and there was a tourist who walked at the pool and saw and began to yell, "There's laying a boy down there, down in the water." So when they took him out, he was more than 5 minutes out of the water, and he says so he died, and since that day my brain was more on his death than my yeah my dwarslesie. Yes.
So you mean you were thinking of that, and you were like that had more significance for you to pay attention to?
Yeah, for me it feels like God took him in my place, and I always it stayed by me like there's a reason I am still here, and I'm trying to do my best to fulfill the purpose that I'm still here. But it really feels like that day I also die. But as for the half of me, I'm living like in my grave, and I could experience how life could went without me. And it's very sad to see, but everybody's going to forget you, and life goes on with you or without you, and it doesn't matter money, it doesn't matter nothing. Yeah, it's just like a vapor. You're, yeah, yeah, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I ask you how it was like afterwards, like after that incident happened? If like how it went with the people who shot you, or like if the police was responsive, or how quickly they responded?
No, they went hiding, and then after 14 days, the police could arrest them, but they didn't get them with the weapons because they threw the weapons away, and they went silent. They didn't want to speak nothing about. The police went asking them. They kept their mouth shut. They say, they had the right to keep silence. They only wanted to talk to their lawyer. And the police was asking for more people who were there to ask them if they could have more clarification what happened there, because they only had the story of my side. But people were afraid to talk about it because they thought that maybe they can have consequences if they were speaking to the police about that. And so it was only me with him, and only what they did, they were both shooting at me, and the bullet of the friend of my of the other guy, his bullet came in my cord spine, and the other one, his bullet went through me, and also three other people's get bullet, and he only got 10 years, and the other one went free.
Mm.
Yeah, and I was really mad about it. Yeah,
Understandably so.
yeah.
Yeah. Because you were there, like you experienced it, but they were telling you that you saw them, but that wasn't enough for them to
No.
both get punished for it.
Yes, they want to have evidence, and that was not enough with only my words. Yeah, that is so frustrating. Then, yes.
After you left from the hospital,
Yes.
I think you have told me you went into rehabilitation.
Yes, I went to Beatrix Sword. I spent 6 months there because I couldn't go back to my house because I had stairs at the house that I had then. And so they were looking for a new house for me. And they got me a place where I could stay after I was rehabilitated after 6 months. They told me they have another house for me for a time. They find a good place for me where I can possibly go live. And they put me between some older peoples. That was a Platina land. And the bedoeling. The intention was that I could stay there for a maximal time from 6 months, but 6 months went 2 years. But I was also thankful the time that I went there. The oldest man that I knew was 98 years old, and the oldest woman that I knew was 104. She became 106, and she still could play piano. It was a lovely time that I have there, but after a time it began making me so depressive because you got connection with those people. I'm doing the coffee morning for them, making pancakes, a little bit bingo playing, also make fun and laughing there. But sometimes then you wake up, use the word, yeah, the older person, yeah, she's dead, she's dead, this, that. I saw in that time 17 people go. And after that, it made me very depressive. And I remember one day, I was so depressive and so mad. And my father, it was this weekend when he was at my house, 19 April, was 20 years ago that my father, he killed himself. And I found him, he hung himself up. And I was really mad at my father that he did that. And I remember that day when I was in the house where I was living, I was so mad that day that I began to say, my father was right. This life is bullshit. What is the purpose of it? I was really mad. I had also vengeance in me. I want to find those guys, to do to them what they did to me, and put an end to my own life. After that, I remember I was sitting crying there, and I saw one lijkenwagen, a mortuary came to take one of those people there who died. And I heard a voice in my head saying, you know what? Better you go downstairs and go talk to the person in there laying in the cast and tell them what are your problems, what your pain is, and all your complaints. And that's what I thought, maybe if I go do that, the person will say to me, it's better you come and lay in this cast and let me go in your wheelchair. So I thought, I will leave all this behind, I will forget it all, and we can do this. We gonna see where we be. And so I'm here. Yes. That was the time when I make a really completely 180 turn in my life to the positive. Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you have how was your relationships with friends or family during that time? Because that sounds like it was very much within the elderly home, and how how important was for you to be in contact with other people in your life?
For me, it had been good if I could have that time because my mother and my three sisters they lived in Curaçao, so I'm only here by myself. I have two sons, and at that time my older son was 7, and no, my older son was 9, and my young son was 4. And I remember at that time I only had them, and it could have been better if I had some old friends to help me, to pull me, to drag me through all this pain and all this misery I was going to. But there were much people that I was better off with them because there were also friends of me in Rotterdam who knew me that good, and they were also mad about it, and they want to come to take vengeance. I told them no, leave it. I don't want to. I don't want you guys to go in that situation, or just leave me be and just forget it. And so I broke the contacts with those friends of mine and other friends who I trusted and I was close with them. They walk out my life because they say it hurt them to see me like this, and they can't stand it. And I remember I was a guy that I once a time I fought with him. He was an enemy of mine, but and during that time he became my best friend. So sometimes your enemy is not your enemy, but your enemy is really your best friend.
For people who might be listening, who might have someone in their life who goes through a difficult situation that is life altering, like what happened to you, that really changed how you live and how you do things, how do you think they should be interacting with their loved ones that have gone through trauma?
No, from my experience, I think the important people that could be in your life is the people you are most close with. For example, your mother, your sister, or such. But other family members of you, during the time you're not gonna have a lot of them. So it's better to have a little circle and keep concentrated and focus on yourself. And doesn't matter what people go talking about you or people are going to bully you. Just try to look like behind it every time. Every time what I tell myself always is like I lay on my back and watch to the sky and I see how high is the sky from the earth, and then I say there's that high from the earth, so much possibilities do I have in my life, and I keep looking at it that way. Yes.
Yes, but my question was, maybe I didn't phrase it correct. It was though like, if you have a friend who is going through something like you went through, how would you like that friend to react? What would you like them to do?
What would I like to do? Oof. It's difficult because every person is. Yeah, it's very difficult to say, but my advice to them will be to keep looking in themselves and never forget who they were, and always remember that this life is a journey, and life's so short, so always be thankful to still living, because for example we are here today in this room, but there are a lot of people who today woke up, they are now in hospital, or they are not around us anymore. So we have to be grateful and thankful that we are still here. And I think that will be enough, more than enough.
I also wanted to ask you, because you talk about, keep living your life. And I was wondering how was the transition like for going out now in Groningen? How do you think of the nightlife in Groningen? Is it easy for you to do things that you used to do before, to go to places that you used to go before?
No, for me, I had to really adapt at everything. And for me, Groningen is not a place, and never, in Netherlands, I can't find a place to go out because I sometimes go to a concert at Oosterpoort or at Martini Plaza, that's it. But festivals, maybe sometimes in Stadspark, but not quite a pub or a discotheque because those places are so tiny and yeah, there are no toilets where I can go to take a pee, for example, and it's not adaptive for me also to go inside. People have to tell me with my wheelchair and everything, and that kind of like make me feel stupid. But no, I don't go out anymore. But I have peace with it, and I am more thankful to meet new people in my life. And if it wasn't for my situation now, maybe I not even had the chance to meet you guys today and standing here. So I'm also thankful for those positive things that he brought to my life. And they are more value than the things that I done before. Yes.
I have one last question for you.
Yes.
So today, when we saw the documentary, it was one story about physical violence that was between men and two stories that were about sexual violence towards women.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you if you think that violence between men at night gets enough attention or enough recognitions or enough conversations in public.
I no, I don't think so, and it's kind of frustrating thing, and I think that will be a point where we have to put things together or such interviews or such things like this, so to make it public, to make it notice for other people what is going to be going through those things, because I don't think a lot of people are aware of what people going to and here in Groningen in the city. And sometimes people are joking or people take it too light. And I think we need more potential people to make it awareness of this, because they don't speak a lot of it, and a lot of things that happen in the street you don't even hear them on the news. You hear the red line of it, but the most things they don't even show up in news or else you never heard it, and then that's crazy.
Is there anyone who talks about it more systematically, like an organization or a campaign or?
No, not yet. I think those people need to be born, or they are here in this room but they are still sleeping, but they need to wake up, I hope. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you too.